Hey guys, what's up? This is Blaze the Movie Fan and it's time for another list video. This time it's top 15 best movies of all time. Now before I begin the list, there are a few things that I would like to say first. First of all, I know that there are a couple of movies on there that not everybody is going to agree with me on, but keep in mind that I am in no way claiming that those are the best movies ever made, period. I am just saying that those are the best movies in my personal opinion. If you disagree with any of the choices, that's totally fine. Second of all, I will only be including one movie from each franchise. So, with that being said, let's start this fucking list. Number 15, The Return of Jafar. The Return of Jafar is hands down my favorite animated movie. The main reason why it's my favorite animated movie is because it's a movie that's about Jafar, who is my favorite villain of all time. I love the story, I love how much it focuses on Jafar. And yeah, it's overall a very enjoyable movie. The best part about this movie, in my opinion, is Jafar's villain song. I just fucking love that song. Number 14, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now I'm a big fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger and this is hands down his best movie. So a Terminator from the future must protect some kid from a very dangerous, destructive robot. What I love about the movie is how Arnold Schwarzenegger played such a good character, and I love the action in it as well. The best part about this movie is that it takes the concept of time traveling and robots and makes it into something so fucking awesome. This is a fantastic science fiction movie. Number 13, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. So Percy Jackson is basically half god, half human, and he is on a mission to find pearls all around the United States, and he has to deal with some dangerous creatures while he does it. Percy Jackson is such a likable character, and his friends are likable as well. I also love the visuals in this movie. The visuals are fucking awesome. But the best part about this movie is that it takes something as awesome as Greek mythology and turns it into a fucking awesome movie. And this movie also has such a great storyline. Number 12, Night at the Museum, Attack of the Smithsonians. So when Larry goes to a big museum where everything comes to life, he has to deal with some evil things in there and has to do what they say, or else they could do something to his friends at that museum. I fucking love the concept of things at a museum coming to life. And the concept was great for this movie. In fact, it made those things at the museum. Such fucking awesome characters. And personally, I love this movie a lot more than I love the original Night at the Museum movie. Because this movie has better story, better action, and is overall a better movie. So yeah, and a lot of those things that came to life are also very awesome characters. Number 11, A Nightmare on Elm Street. What I love about this movie is the fact that Freddy Krueger is more than just a horror icon. He isn't just some guy who murders or does something terrible to people. He also is a horror icon with an awesome personality, and that's what makes A Nightmare on Elm Street such a fucking awesome movie. Freddy Krueger is a character that I like, not just as a villain, but as a character in general. Freddy Krueger is such a fun character. But I wasn't entirely rooting for him in this movie because the victims are also very good characters in the movie. So I was also rooting for the people who were trying to stop Freddy Krueger in this movie. But regardless, this is my favorite horror movie of all time. Number 10, Pirates of the Caribbean at the World's End. This movie is so ridiculous, cheesy, over the top. There is so much going on in this movie, and all those things truly makes this a fucking awesome movie. I love Jack Sparrow. He's such a fucking awesome pirate. And I also think the villain he has to deal with, Davy Jones, is a fucking awesome villain as well. I really love how there is a lot going on in the movie, and I love how ridiculous it is. It also has a lot of awesome action, and the visuals are fantastic. This is definitely one of the cheesiest movies I've ever seen. And in a very good way. Number 9, Iron Man 2. I fucking love the Iron Man. He is one of my favorite superheroes. And what I love about this movie the most is the fact that I got to know so much more about the Iron Man or Tony Stark in this movie than I knew about him in the first one. And that's fucking awesome. It's very interesting to get to know more about such an awesome character. But at the top of the fact that Iron Man was so fucking awesome in this movie also has an awesome villain. I really like Ivan Vanko because he's such a crazy and smart villain. And he does a couple of crazy things in this movie, and that is fucking awesome. This movie also has a very good story. Number 8. The Dark Knight. Batman is a fucking awesome superhero. And my favorite Batman movie is The Dark Knight. In this movie, the Batman is such a badass superhero. He guards the city of Gotham. And I also love Batman's personality a lot in this movie. I also have to say that the Joker is fucking awesome in this movie. He's not as awesome as he is in Tim Burton's Batman movie, but I still like the Joker a lot in this movie. The Joker is a fucking psychopath in this movie. And that's what makes him such an awesome villain. He does many crazy things and crosses the line a lot. This movie is also full of good characters. The one that I like the most, besides Batman and the Joker, is Alfred, who is the Batman's servant. Alfred is a very interesting character. But yeah, this movie has great action and absolutely fantastic story. Number 7. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. This is an absolutely fantastic epic adventure movie. So Frodo continues his journey to destroy the ring. But I don't think that Frodo was the best part about the movie. The best part about the movie is Aragorn. Aragorn is so fucking awesome. He's a very brave man who was always willing to fight, and he was also smart and knew what to do. There's so many things about Aragorn that makes him such a fucking awesome character. Of course, Gandalf, the powerful wizard, is also a very good character. It also has awesome visuals, great story, and great battles. Number 6. Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is hands down the best movie about criminals. Now this isn't like most other movies. Most other movies have a few characters and just one story. But this movie doesn't have that. This movie has a lot of stories happening in the same movie and also a lot of characters. And you know what? I cared about each and every one of the storylines in the movie and found all the characters in the movie to be fucking awesome. And not only is the dialogue in this movie absolutely fantastic, it's also hands down the best dialogue in movies ever. I mean, really, the dialogue is just so fucking awesome. And the dialogue alone is the main reason why I keep watching this movie. Number 5. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. So Sam has to help the Autobots beat the Decepticons yet again. The Transformers are so fucking awesome robots. But so fucking awesome about them is the fact that they are able to transform into cars, helicopters and other stuff like that. And wow, I just love it. At the top of that, those robots are the best parts about the movie. The Decepticons are not likable characters at all, which is understandable since they are the villains, and the Autobots are so fucking awesome characters. I really like Sam a lot and think that he's a fucking awesome character. And Optimus Prime is also a fucking awesome character. I really like Optimus Prime a lot in this movie. This movie also has a lot of great action. And the Decepticons are such fucking awesome villains. I fucking love this movie a lot. Number 4, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. So Luke Skywalker continues his quest against the dark side. This is an absolutely fantastic science fiction movie. My two favorite parts of the movie are definitely Han Solo and Darth Vader. Han Solo is such a fucking awesome adventurer. He is very crazy and does crazy things during this movie, and that's what makes him such a fucking awesome adventurer. And I also think Darth Vader is a fucking awesome villain. And there are a lot of scenes that focus mainly on Darth Vader. And that's fucking awesome because he truly is not just an awesome villain, but an awesome character in general. What I also love about this movie so much is the twist. This movie has an awesome twist. I am not going to tell you what that twist is as I don't want to spoil the movie. But those who have seen the movie do know what I'm talking about. This movie also has great action, great story, and is overall a very awesome movie. Number 3, Man of Steel. Superman is hands down my favorite superhero, and Man of Steel is the best Superman movie. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the Superman movies with Christopher Reeve are bad. In fact, I do enjoy them. However, Man of Steel is a lot better than those movies. What I love about this movie the most is the fact that it makes Superman such a relatable character, which makes him more interesting. This movie tells us who Superman is in such great details. And yeah, Superman truly is a fucking awesome character in this movie. And I also like the villain of the movie, General Zod. General Zod is a fucking awesome villain. This movie also has great action. I really fucking love this movie a lot. Number 2, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I could easily put all Indiana Jones movies on this list, but the one I decided to go with is The Last Crusade. So in this movie, Indiana Jones is on an adventure to find more about the Holy Grail. Now, Indiana Jones is my favorite protagonist of all time. I mean, Indiana Jones is smart, brave, and overall a fucking awesome adventurer. This movie has great visuals and great action, but the best part about this movie, besides Indiana Jones himself, is his father. Indiana Jones' father is so amusing in this movie. So yeah, I fucking love all 4 of the Indiana Jones movies. But The Last Crusade is my favorite. Number 1, Back to the Future Part 2. Now, a lot of people would agree on that Back to the Future is a classic, but I personally like the second one more than the first Back to the Future movie. Because the second Back to the Future movie shows better the consequences of time traveling. Marty McFly and Dr. Brown are so fucking awesome characters together. When those two go to the future, they of course mess up the present and have to get everything fixed. This is such a fucking awesome science fiction movie, and it also has a fucking awesome villain. I love everything about this movie. So this has been my top 15 list of best movies of all time. Again, I know that I put some movies on there that not a lot of people are going to agree with me on. But keep in mind that by no means do I claim that those are the best movies ever made, period. Those are just the best movies in my personal opinion. If you don't agree with any of the choices, that's totally fine. I accept your opinion. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this list, guys. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day.